Open any app with a feed right now and scroll for exactly 10 seconds, then stop. Go ahead, I'll wait. Did you actually stop at 10 seconds? Or did your thumb keep going a little longer than you meant to? That's not a willpower failure. That's a specific, deliberately engineered psychological mechanism. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what it is and exactly how to break it. In the 1950s, a researcher named B.F. Skinner ran experiments on pigeons that accidentally discovered one of the most powerful behavioral tools ever documented. He wasn't studying phones. Phones didn't exist yet. He was studying something far more basic: what makes a behavior nearly impossible to stop repeating. Skinner gave pigeons a lever that released food. One group got food every single time they pressed it, a predictable fixed reward. Another group got food only sometimes, on a random, unpredictable schedule. Logically, you'd expect the predictable group to press the lever more, since it always worked. The opposite happened. The pigeons on the random, unpredictable schedule pressed the lever far more often, and far more compulsively, than the pigeons who got rewarded every time. This is called variable ratio reinforcement, and it remains, to this day, the single most powerful reinforcement schedule known in behavioral psychology. Here's the part that explains why. When a reward is guaranteed, your brain barely reacts once it learns the pattern. But when a reward is uncertain, your brain's dopamine system stays in a heightened state of anticipation between every single attempt, because it genuinely doesn't know which attempt will pay off. Now here's where this stops being an accident. Every major social media feed is built directly on this exact principle. Some posts you scroll past are boring, some are mildly interesting, and every so often, unpredictably, one is genuinely gripping. That randomness isn't a side effect of how content works. It's an engineered design choice. This is the exact same mechanism used in slot machine design, and it's not a loose metaphor. Researchers who study gambling behavior and researchers who study app design cite the same underlying principle. Unpredictable reward, delivered on a variable schedule, is what keeps a lever, or a thumb, moving. There's a second piece to this. Before infinite scroll existed, media had natural stopping points: the last page of a newspaper, the end of a TV show. Your brain used these as signals to disengage. Infinite scroll removes that signal entirely, on purpose, so there's never a natural moment that tells your brain the session is over. So you're dealing with two mechanisms stacked on top of each other. Unpredictable reward keeps your dopamine system engaged, and the missing stopping cue means there's no natural moment for your brain to even consider disengaging. Telling yourself to have more self-control doesn't address either mechanism. It just asks you to fight both at once, with nothing to work with. But here's the part most people never hear about. Since the entire mechanism depends on unpredictable visual reward and a missing stopping signal, it means the fix isn't about trying harder. It's about attacking the actual mechanism, the reward signal itself, and the missing stopping cue. One of the more interesting findings involves color. Bright, saturated colors are part of what makes the variable reward loop visually compelling. Some researchers and behavior designers have reported that switching a phone's display to grayscale measurably reduces how visually rewarding the feed feels, and users report noticeably shorter, less compulsive sessions. The second fix is reintroducing an artificial stopping cue, since the app removed the natural one. This can be as simple as a visible timer or counter on screen, something concrete that acts as an end of the page signal your brain can actually register, rather than an endless, undifferentiated stream. Neither fix alone works as well as both together. Removing the color without adding a stopping cue still leaves an infinite, uninterrupted stream. Adding a stopping cue without reducing the visual reward still leaves the compulsive pull strong enough to override it. The mechanism is stacked, so the fix has to be too. Here's the specific protocol. Turn your phone display to grayscale. Most phones have this built into accessibility settings. Then set a visible on-screen timer or use an app that shows a running counter during your scroll sessions. That's it. 2 changes, targeting the 2 actual mechanisms, not your willpower. So the pull you feel toward your phone was never a personal failure. It's the exact same mechanism discovered on pigeons in the 1950s, deliberately built into the product you're holding. Once you see the mechanism, you can actually target it, instead of endlessly blaming yourself for something engineered to be nearly unstoppable. Try the grayscale setting today, and tell me in the comments if you actually notice a difference in how long you scroll. This is exactly what this channel is for. Real neuroscience, explained without the hype, and something you can actually use every week. Subscribe if you want to keep understanding how your own brain actually works.